All right, hello, we are here live again. Welcome to the session. This live session is about virtualizing your business. So it's about actually doing your business from anywhere in the world and doing it in a way that you literally don't have to be sitting on a desk or being anywhere in a physical location in the United States. And who better to ask about that than one of our coaches, who is actually our first German coach in Germany, who is doing deals in the United States and taking people to the process also of doing deals here in the United States. And that is Sönke Basler, but in English, you call him John, right?
Correct, yeah.
So how are you,
Great to be
John?
here, Jack. Great to be here. Thank you.
Wonderful. So I understand, Sönke. My real name is Joachim. Most people can't pronounce that, so I'm Jack. Your real name is Sönke, so they call you John, which is easy to pronounce, of course. So
Yeah, I thought
John,
for the Americans it would be easier, John than Zünke. That's why I a little bit changed my name.
yeah, it's just a little bit, exactly. At least mine still has the same starting letter. Yours has even changed that, but let's get into this right now, and let's talk about virtualizing your business. So you are doing deals from Germany in the United States. Now, give us a little bit of an overview about yourself, of your background, and then also about how you basically structure your business from from Germany, doing deals over here.
Yeah, sure. My career started very normal some 15 years ago when I graduated from university, and I began working with Accenture, American company, and it's a consulting company, IT consulting company, and I learned a lot, and it was a wonderful experience. But I had a typical, not to say 9 to 5 job, it was more an 8 to 8 job, so 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the night. And I always felt that I do not really work for myself. And so I started reading books about financial freedom. The books Poor Dad, Rich Dad of Robert Kiyosaki was one of the books that opened my mind. And so for years, I tried to figure out and try to find systems that would be appropriate for me. And finally, I took decision 5 years ago, and I quit my job and I founded a real estate company in Germany, I must say. And that was all the mess, I must say. We failed. I'm totally honest with that. And I went back to the as a freelancer. I went back as a freelancer to the consulting business. But every day, every week, I was traveling from Hamburg to Frankfurt and from Frankfurt to Hamburg. And I have 2 kids, and I hardly were seeing my kids because I was during the week I wasn't in Hamburg where I live. And I was really tired of all the traveling work. Though I had good colleagues, I had a well-paid job, but I was really tired of that, of the traveling and not seeing my kids. And and I learned, and I searched from time to time. I was searching on the internet for the systems, financial freedom systems. And finally, Jack, I think I heard your podcast in Germany with one of the real estate investors. And first of all, I must admit, I thought it was a scam. It sounded too good to be true. But somehow I couldn't resist to get your LPG program. And I think it was on Christmas 3 years ago that I finally bought the LPG and went all through the seminars and started to build up my systems from Germany. I had to overcome some obstacles. I think we can, I can give some detail in some minutes. But from the very first beginning, my aim was to minimize my input and to maximize the outsourcing, to maximize the outsourcing. And from the very first beginning, I tried to to make my person as unimportant as possible. And so I set up the system only from Germany with maximizing the outsourcing potential and doing what is not 100% necessary from elsewhere.
So let's walk quickly through that, John, and that is, so you set it up from Germany. So let's look at already in the Monday session, in the first session that we did, I already talked to people about the 5 steps of land flipping, right? And we can expand it to 6 or 7 steps, but there were 5 steps. So the first step is finding a county. You can do that if you have a computer from anywhere, right?
Yeah, you only need internet access. It's the only thing that you need.
Second step is getting a list. You can do that with an account of one of the online databases that we share from anywhere, right?
Obviously, you only need internet or telephone. That's all.
Exactly right. So the next step is sending out the letters. For that, you use, what do you use? You end up using a mailing house in the US, right?
Obviously, I never printed any letter with my printer.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, it would be crazy to print them in Germany, pay like the big German postage, which is much more expensive. Then take a week and so on. It probably would be interesting to see if your opening rate would go much higher than, because if they get an international letter, they might open it. But other than that, it's way too expensive and slow to do that. So then the people call you back, and you use the call center for that, right?
Obviously, yeah. I have never answered a call from the sellers.
You never answered a call since you've been doing. By the way, how many deals have you done so far, or how many deals do you do like per year?
Okay, so until the end of this month, I will have closed, I think, 23 or 24 deals, and so we are well on track, closing 50 deals by the end of this year. All
right, so 50 deals. That's fantastic from Germany. Now, how many times a year do you fly over to the US to do this?
Actually, that's a funny story because, last year I was the first time in the US only to open a bank account. Nowadays, you don't have to open a bank account at all. You don't have to go to the US at all. There are other solutions, but in that time I didn't know about it. So last September, I was the first time in the US only for this land business, to open the bank account. And it was very funny because, sorry?
Have you been back since?
No, never. But it's very. Please.
So you've done 24 deals from Germany while being in the United States, one time only, and just for a few days to open a bank account, and then you flew back. And now there's even solution to do that without the bank. Open a bank account without having to come to the United States. So, in other words, you're doing 24 deals without ever coming to the US. That is beautiful. So let's go quickly to the list of pieces then. So now you send out your offers, right? How do you send out your offers? You have a service for that, or a person for that, or, I mean, there's both, right? But which way do you do it?
Yeah, I do the offers. So I evaluate the value of each property, and but I do not send the offers by mail. This is done by the mailing house too. So I just prepare with the investment dominator, and after that they are sent automatically from the mailing house.
Wonderful. So the mailing house sends also your offers. So now there comes the next step. They accept the offers. Where do you have them expect you? You don't live in the United States. Who receives those offers for you?
Oh, I have a mailbox service, a mail service, and this is an awesome service. So they collect all the letters that I get. They scan it for me and they send it to my mailbox, to my email box. It's awesome. So every morning,
it's called a virtual mailbox.
Exactly.
Virtual mailboxes, there's hundreds of services out there. They cost anywhere from $20 to $50 a month, depending on how much volume and what services you want and so on. There's probably some that cost $100 per month, but most of them, how much do you pay? Do you know?
Oh yeah, I think it must be 25 bucks a month. 25
bucks a month. And that's so now you get, if somebody sends an offer back in, they send it to your mailbox address, which is in like all these virtual mailboxes. They have like many different options where you can pick it. You can pick yourself in one in New York City in the Empire State Building, or you can say Wichita, Kansas, or wherever you want. So depending on how you want to present yourself to the audience. Now, I wouldn't recommend New York City. Empire State Building, because then people want probably more money from you because they think you're super rich and pay them a lot of money. I would rather select something like in the state where either where your LLC is created or just a city, like a normal run-of-the-mill normal American city, like I don't know, like Wichita, Kansas, like Kansas City, like St. Louis, like Atlanta, Georgia, like Dallas, like Denver, like Phoenix, and so on. And then you have just an address. And so then the last part is now you have a deal on a contract. How do you sell them? What do you use?
Yeah. Okay. I use the very, very typical American websites where I post my lots, like Trulia, Zillow, Craigslist, Facebook, and for listing those properties, I only need to do I need to carefully do the due diligence, which I have outsourced to outsourcing center, and the listing. Sorry.
A virtual assistant company, right?
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. And the second thing I only need is again a computer and the internet, so I can post all my lots with the information that the virtual assistant has collected. I can post this information, this lots on the websites.
So now you find a buyer. How do you close on the deal? What do you use there?
Okay. Usually I close with the title company. So in every state where I do a land flipping, I have one or two title companies that know me already. And so what I simply do is send them both contracts, the buying and the selling contract, and they do the work. And after 1 week or 2 weeks, they send you the documents. They are signed. There's one very small obstacle because the wet signature requirement when selling the property. So you have to sign the documents in the presence of the notary. And if you are in Germany or outside of the US, you cannot do this in front of a notary. So, but I like this business because for every obstacle, there is one workaround. And so I have 2-3 people who I gave power of attorney in advance. So, and they are eligible to sign on the behalf of my company. And so what they do, I send them the documents and they print it and they sign it in front of the document and send it back to the title company. So it is as easy as it is. Yeah.
So there are some obstacles, obviously, like doing this from outside of the country. And by the way, we also have students that drive around in their RV and doing deals all around the United States. Obviously, that's even easier because then you're still in the country. You can still go to a printer or print out your own letters if you need to and drop them off in the mailbox. But literally we brought on John Zernke, because he is literally doing this from outside of the United States, like without access to the United States mailbox. He can't just go take a bunch of letters, give him a kiss and put them into the mailbox. He can't just go receive a letter back because he's not there. He doesn't have a mailbox in front of his house. He can't just go and sign in front of a notary public. Yet it still works because you can automate and outsource all these different pieces and virtualize this entire business. Now, the beautiful part is now John is now part of our coaching team. He's one of our coaches. He has already several coaching students, particularly in Germany, that are doing this internationally. And with his particular expertise, he can actually guide them through the ins and outs of that process and really make sure that any hurdle that your international people come across, he can solve them because he has already done it and he's on track for this year to do 50 deals. So this is absolutely fantastic. Now, John, how long did it take you to figure this all out for yourself? Like from A to Z until you really had it all honed in?
Okay, I must admit that I was slow because I had a full-time job and I only did it part-time. And one thing that you always be aware is that you should be consistent in what you're doing. And I must give me my own feedback. I should have been more consistent. It's better to allocate just 4, 5, 6 hours per week than just doing once a bunch of work and then doing nothing for a while. So what I did the mistake that I invested a lot of time in that in building up the system, but then for many reasons, private business reasons, I became a little bit lazy and I didn't do too much. So better you do a little bit than just, but on a consistent level. So it took me a little bit more than 1 year or 1.5 years to quit my job. And my life has improved enormously. So I have much more freedom in my own for my own time. I have much more time for my kids, for my family. Sometimes I really need to go out of the house because I have my own home office here in my house, and I feel that I have to go out of this house. But this is I mean,
yeah,
I like
it's the same. It's the same here. Like with all this Corona pandemic that has been happening, we are actually been clamoring to leave the house. So we are going out now that it's countries open again. We're going out for dinner basically over almost every day because it's our outing. So we work in the morning, work in the afternoon. We do some things, and then we usually go. Okay, we're done 3, 4 in the afternoon. My daughter's back from school if it's school time or so on. We're like, okay, let's pack up and let's go. And then we just go out somewhere. We go play mini golf. We go for dinner. We go to the mall. We go do a stroll. And it's just, or go for a walk, or we go in hiking or so. And to get out of the house, because it's your office, it's your home. But the beautiful part about that is that if you're stuck in a coronavirus kind of environment, that you don't skip a beat. How much business have you lost while the coronavirus happened?
I see that. I see currently the situation with the corona. Many of my friends who own their own businesses, they suffer a lot from corona because they cannot just leave their house and do their business. And this is a big advantage of this business, doing this business also during a pandemic, and doing the business wherever you are in the world. You know.
Yeah, that is the beauty of this. So while the world was going through this, we just continued doing deals. And plus, as I mentioned in multiple videos before, there's so many more people now that want to be in the outskirts of town or even have rural land in order to be able to escape and not just be stuck in a house. And so that our business is actually that instead of suffering, it has actually grown. It has actually grown in the last year. So wonderful. So what would you? What would you? Now it took you said 1.5 years. How do you now? If you look at your coaching students now that are starting going, in what time period do they get to their first deal versus you getting to your first deal?
I have a coaching group. It's a group of 3, and they have just started in April, I think. And so they have been doing the coaching program for 2 months now, and they have already 4 or 5 lots under contract, and they have 1 home run under contract. I mean, just an example, they have a lot under contract that's worth about 100,000 K, and they have it under contract for 27,000.
Oh wow! You know? Yeah, that's a short $25,000-$30,000 profit, even if they sell it at a steep discount.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
So
in a matter of 2 or 3 months, or 60 to 90 days, once they started, they're already in here. So this is what I'm talking to you guys. You can spend, especially if you're wanting to truly virtualize this business and give you complete freedom of space. I mean, your wife, and you just recently got married, as a matter of fact, very, very recently. Congratulations still. Your wife is actually from South America, right?
Yeah.
And so you could literally go travel there and continue doing business from there without even a slightest interruption of your business, right?
And actually we did this year. So before Corona, we went to Colombia in February. And meanwhile, we went in Colombia, we closed 2 deals.
All right. So while in Colombia, you closed 2 deals. And that's the beauty. So if you think about it, if you think like, why would I want to virtualize my business? Well, why not? Have you ever dreamed of going down to, I don't know, Greece and renting a house overlooking the ocean and just spending a month or 2 there and just and then doing deals from there? Have you ever dreamed about being on Hawaii for 2-3 months and doing deals there? Or have you ever dreamed about taking this RV and traveling around the country? You can do all of this with this business because it's 100% location independent. So this is very, very beautiful. So wonderful. Thank you, John. So do you have any, if somebody's like thinking about this right now, what would you tell somebody that's like on the fence on whether or not they should consider starting with our coaching program?
I think just do it. Just try it. You know, don't think too much. I mean, for a long time, I have been a person who thought about too much about problems, issues, and doesn't work, and try to avoid mistakes. Just do it and make it, and look if it is a fit for you. And if not, okay, just leave it. But if you don't do it, you will just lose a unique opportunity, and you will regret later in your life.
Yeah, and you won't leave it because you will be absolutely stunned by it, because as you see, if you do the steps that we ask you to do in the coaching program, where we meet with you weekly, where we exactly tell you what to do, then you can look forward to having the exact same results as many of our coaching students who have a deal already under contract, or multiple deals, like the other German group of 3 that have a German group here that have a deal 4 or 5 deals under contract, including one that on its own will make them like $30,000-$35,000, when really pays for the coaching program 100% already on its own, or even more than that. So with that said, thank you very much, John, for being on the call. Thank you so much for being here. All right, how cool was that? There was Sönke, or John as we call him, and he's doing like deals from Germany in the United States without actually even being able to come to the United States right now because of COVID. Is that cool or what? I mean, that is the power of this system. So you saw our coaches panel yesterday, where they are in the United States doing an average like 50 or 40 to 100, well, actually 250 deals with Mike Ferreira. You saw our, you saw how they all work only like 3, 4, 5 hours, 3-4 hours a day in order to do that. They all take like often Fridays off. They take half the week off. They go travel in summer. They do much less. The kids are out of school and they just hang around. It's truly they've truly mastered to run their business in a way that it serves you, not that you serve your business. Most businesses, particularly brick and mortar businesses, are such that the business owner becomes the slave of the business. Not so here. So I hope you saw that. I hope you saw how wonderful this is, particularly in John's case, because his wife from South America, they can actually go to South America, and they, once COVID allows them to go, or as she's a citizen, they probably can travel now and do deals from over there, which is, I mean, how cool is that? We absolutely love it. So guys, remember, the doors are open right now, right? We are closing this out on Monday night. We're closing this out on Monday night, and the video is coming out on Tuesday night. So we give you an extra day for the videos and so on. So we're closing this out Monday or Tuesday night. Make sure you put in the word, you go to Land Coaching right now and book yourself a consultation with our team to see if this is a fit for you, which of your program levels is there. By the way, if you already own one of our programs, if you have one of our other programs, you could upgrade, right? And you get potentially a partial credit or a credit for what you already paid. So make sure you reach out to our team, you schedule a call right now, and then also go right here next, actually this side, go right now, get next year or wherever you see it. I think I mirrored. Go over here and also put in the words "I'm in" here after you scheduled your consultation. So because I want to get some feedback from you guys. So who is excited about this right now? Give me a heck yes. If you're excited right now, give me a heck yes. You see what you can do. You can build 6-figure incomes from the comfort of your home, from anywhere in the world, while traveling in an RV or living in Germany for that matter, and do deals from that. So again, what does coaching consist of? Let me summarize it one more time. It's our premier program. There's 6 months options, and there's a couple of other options. Our prime program, that is the one that brings 90% of our students that our 9% of our students choose, but you can choose any other of the other one, is a 12-month coaching program that includes one-on-one coaching with our master coaches. Like if you're an international student, we might put you with John, or we have other coaches that are also experts in how to do this internationally. Like, so yeah, you do one-on-one coaching. Then on top of it, we have 7 times a week, we have group coaching run by those master coaches you saw today and by John, yesterday, and by John that you saw just right now, right? On top of it, we start you up with a 6-week quick start intensive program where for 6 weeks you have weekly sessions with follow-up, where your coaches are going to follow up with you to make sure that you've gotten the materials, that you're progressing, and if you run into any kind of hurdles, they'll help you overcome those hurdles so that you can nicely come along, and in a matter of 6 weeks you go from setting up your systems all the way to listing properties and knowing how to close on properties, right? And all the steps in the middle in between, right? From A to Z, like nuts and bolts, complete ramp up training for you. Now, if you have already done a bunch of deals, if you've already successfully done a bunch of land deals, then we either can skip a few of these sessions, or you can attend them as a refresher, or you can skip the entire thing and go straight into the one-on-one coaching and straight into these into these group sessions with the master coaches. It is up to you. But then also, depending on your experience level, then also when we also have we pair you up with your own accountability coach. Now, these accountability coaches are all people that the full-time employees with us, full-time team members with us, and they all also do land flips, right? They're sending offers on a daily and weekly basis. They're getting deals accepted. One of our coaches and one of our accountability one of our concierges just texted me literally yesterday that they got 8 deals accepted. So almost everyone in our entire team flips land. We are fascinated by land flipping. We are fanatic about land flipping. We are the Harvard of land flipping. We're the 4 seasons of land flipping. We will surround you with massive support. And the accountability coach will be your center point of communication, will be the person that will be in charge of you and work hand in hand with you for the entire year. So any question you have, they have the answer, we'll get the answer, or we'll put you together with who have the answer. If you're ready to go on with these one-on-one coaching with the master coaches, you can consult with them of who your master coach should be, right? They'll be still checking in with you. They're making sure that at every given time during the entire year, you have what you need to succeed. How is that for accountability? Have you ever heard that anywhere else in the real estate industry? The answer is no. Because in all these programs, there's $50,000 programs out there where what you get is once a week a group call and then no accountability, right? That's garbage, guys. That's BS. That's what the industry does. We literally laid out the path of our students and said, like, where is on this path could you possibly fail? And wherever you possibly could fail, we put a safeguard in place to make sure that you do not fail, guys. And if you already do deals, we can accelerate you and put you right away with our one-on-one coaches so that you can accelerate. Like we talked about yesterday, Christina Walls came to us with already having done like 15 or so deals, right? Or 20 deals. But she had had a struggle with scaling. She could just not get beyond doing like 1 or 2 deals a month. Guess what? Now she does 50 deals. She does 5, some months are 5, 6 deals a month. And now she's doubling her volume for the year right now because the market is on fire, guys. The market is on fire. COVID has taken the lid off. COVID has put this industry on fire. And who knows how long it's going to be. We estimate it's going to be at least another couple of years for a fire. So it might be longer than that. But also 2 years ago, I said that. So we do not know, right? And the market is even better now than it was then. But that means, should you wait? No. You got to strike the iron when it's hot. Right? When do you want to go into, when should you invest it in cryptocurrency? When it was at $800 or when it's at $40,000 or 30, whatever it is right now, it doesn't matter, right? The point is you don't want to wait and then say, darn, I should have. Darn, if I only would have believed in myself back then. If I only would have trusted myself back then. If I only would have looked at what Jack and Michelle talked about and says, you know what? They're actually right. I need to do this. They're actually right. If I get into this right now, if I start with this right now, by the end of 2021, I'm going to be at the very least have 100% ROI and probably have, I don't know, 100 grand in the bank. That's kind of like, if you do what we ask you to do, there's literally almost no way that you will walk away with less than that. You got to take the steps though. You got to take the steps. You got to, the 4 C's, we talked about them. First step is commitment. And commitment means to cut off other options, to go full in, to burn the boats, right? That's what commitment means. Commitment means to say, yes, I am in. Commitment not means I'll try. Commitment must mean I'll see in 3 months from now. Commitment means I will not be stopped. Commitment means I will find the money. Commitment means I will, if necessary, borrow the money. Commitment means I will necessarily borrow from my 401k, borrow from my IRA. You know, you can do that, by the way. And then commitment means that I will talk to my spouse. A commitment means to do those things. After commitment comes courage. Because now you said, oh my God, I just committed to that. Now you got to make it work. But that's where we come in, guys, because we're going to take you by the hand. We're going to bring you to the 6-week quick start intensive program, after which you already will have sent out letters. You already will have made offers. You might most likely will already have deals under contract, right? As many of our students right now have, within a matter of 6 to 8 weeks, they already have flipped their first deal, made their first $17,000, made their first $38,000 like Josiah did in 45 days. That's what we want for you. And then with that, after courage comes, guess what? Capability. Because as you're learning and getting more and more capability, you'll be able to do more and more deals. And you go to the 4 phases of our program, right? To the startup, to the ramp up, to the build up, to the build out, and to the mastery, right? And then after that comes the 4th C, right? Commitment, courage, capability, confidence, guys. Confidence, because you might be putting at this point right now saying like, I can't even see how I can make $20,000 in a deal when right now I'm making $2,000 a month or $4,000 a month. You know what? That's okay, because you don't have to. If the road between LA, if you want to drive from LA to Miami, you don't wait until all lights are green. You wait until you make the decision that you're going to drive. You get in the car. And in the car, the GPS will tell you how to get there, and will tell you, we are your GPS. We are your guides. We are there with accountability coach, master coach, daily, like Monday to Friday, 7 different master coach group coaching sessions with a coaching program manager that is in charge of the entire program, that with weekly sessions, with everything that we do, with our coaching Facebook group, with our coaching guide, with a year's worth of access to the software, with the extra documents. We are here. We tell you what to use when, what to say where. We train you on every single aspect of this training, and we will get you to the finish line. And then all of a sudden, then perhaps your first deal is not a $20,000 deal. Perhaps your first deal is only a $5,000 deal. But you know what? You still have had the commitment, had the courage. You still gained the capabilities, and now you have confidence. Now you know this works. And now your second deal, you might go for a $10,000 deal. And after that, you might go for a $20,000 deal. And after that, you might go for only $20,000 deals. Or after that, you might go like Tara and Anila, as we just heard about. You heard from them a few days ago. They just right now closing on a deal that they're going to make a $160,000 in profits, right? You gain it's like the 4 C's is a cycle up in confidence, right? A cycle up in courage, in capabilities, in confidence, and commitment. Once you've done a $5,000 deal, you commit to doing $10,000 deals. Then you muster the courage, and then you gain the capability, and then you have the confidence of doing $10,000 deals. And soon enough, you do 20, 50, 75, 100,000 deals. So again, who is in on this? This is the answer to your prayers. This is not just a real estate investment system. This is a business system. You're becoming the CEO of your business. You're getting a PhD in making money. Who wants a PhD in making money? Put it in the chat box right now. So again, reach out to your concierge, Stephanie Seidler, Jennifer Clark, Michael Robert, David Van, or best go to landcoaching.com and schedule a call for yourself right now. Get on board. It is now today. It is Saturday. Still morning here. Saturday morning here in Phoenix. We only have at this point, I think, 9 spots available. So make sure you grab one of these 9 spots, because when they're gone, and we're not going to be making any more available. Also, in terms of bonuses, right now, again, the $2,000 off bonus is still available. It was available yesterday. It's still available today, but today is the last day it will be available. It will not be available anymore tomorrow. So therefore, $2,000 off the 2020 prices. This is the last call for 2020 prices. Again, you had 2020. We already wanted to increase the prices for 2021, but we have decided to one more time honor 2020 prices. After enrollment is closed, prices will go up by $5,000. So in other words, you get a $5,000 discount over $21 prices right now, and you get an additional $2,000 off if you book your call today and you enroll today. Okay, $2,000 off. Then on top of it, we have again, you get still one one-on-one coaching call with myself. If you book your call today and enroll today, you still get one-on-one coaching call myself, and I'm just going to look at it. You get we still get a seat on the Facebook marketing domination session, and we have extended also. We see what else. You have the mastering of the assignment session. That is all available today, right? So with that said, make sure you take action right now. You don't wait. This will cost you $7,000 more if you wait just until a few more days. So grab action right now, and even the $2,000 off is no longer available after tomorrow. So after today, meaning tomorrow, it won't be available anymore. So make sure you book your call right now. Who is in? And then put in the words, I'm in. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, I believe, with a Q&A. I believe we're Q&A tomorrow. If anything, I'm not entirely sure. Look at the banner at the top. The banner is changing, but most importantly, schedule your call right now. Get on board. 2021 is your year. If our students in their very first year can do 50 deals and pull in $500,000, then you can do the exact same thing. All right. With that said, thank you very much. Thanks. Bye-bye.